Let me be grateful for a great presidency of Slovakia. Just a Russian colleague mentioned earlier Estonia, and let me kindly stress to him that Estonian citizenship rules are coherent and in full accordance with international norms. The ongoing crisis in and around Ukraine and Georgia, 11 years since the beginning of Russian aggression in Georgia and 5 years in Ukraine, all OSCE participating states have agreed to abide by common principles and commitments starting from the Helsinki Final Act. Yet, this has not been the reality, and we have seen both breaches in the international law and violations of sovereignty and territorial integrity of Georgia and Ukraine. We are deeply concerned about the increasingly deteriorating security, humanitarian and human rights situation in the occupied regions due to Russia's illegal and destabilizing actions. Let me express solidarity and demand release of detained Dr. Varsha Gabrindashvili. We call upon the Russian Federation to stay committed to the principles agreed in the Helsinki Final Act and take all the necessary measures to de-escalate and end the interference in Georgia and Ukraine. Let me express solidarity to Ukraine and hope the Normandy Group meeting next week will give push to solve the conflict in accordance with the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Ukraine. Secondly, only by upholding the Helsinki principles and using the OSCE instruments and mechanisms can we challenge the potential destabilizing effects of the changing occurring on the global scale, the transformation of power centers, and threats to the rules-based international order. This includes the arms control in the OSCE. We emphasize the commitment to existing conventional arms control instruments and obligations, the breaches of international law and the conflicts I mentioned earlier, as well as Russia's selective implementation of the Vienna document and the Open Skies Treaty, have seriously challenged trust and military transparency in Europe. With this distrust, modernizing the Vienna document will help to increase military transparency, predictability and trust. It has to remain a matter of priority. Thirdly, full respect for human rights, fundamental freedoms and democratic principles are essential for a viable security environment and peaceful societies. We must all value the work of OSCE's institutions and field missions in assisting participating states in the implementation of their OSCE commitments. As of January next year, Estonia is honored for the first time to assume the responsibility of serving as an elected member of the United Nations Security Council. Rest assured that we'll uphold the OSCE and its values and principles also in our work there. I welcome Albania, Poland and Sweden, and I'm sure there will be great presidencies. And I will end before the gong makes a sign. Thank you.